Oh, his little ass chair. Oh. Woo! You're telling me.
Tristan, we've asked you a bunch of questions about moving over to left tackle, but I'm curious specifically with the blitzes that this defense runs, that Todd Bowles dials up. How have you adjusted to the blitz pickup of playing at left tackle?
Yeah, I think it's really about getting my eyes in the right spot. And I didn't think that would be as big of a thing as it is. Like coming to the right, like when I first started, like in OTAs and stuff, like on the right side, I felt like I could see everything. And now when I moved over, it was like I had blinders on. So really getting used to that and kind of my spatial awareness and stuff has been big, and it's gotten a lot better. Like I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, and being able to see a linebacker coming through the A or the backside A or whatever. But I mean, Coach Bowles always dials it up, so I got to be on my toes. Everyone's got to be on their toes, but no, it's been good. I think it's good for us as an offensive line, especially in this new scheme. Being able to see all those and pick all those up.
You talk about new scheme. There's a lot of adjustments, it seems like, that the tackles have to make in this one. Can you just kind of talk about those adjustments that you're having to make?
Yeah, a little bit. I think in some scenarios, tackles got to make some calls that are kind of new. They're not too bad. Just whether me and the guard are going out or me and the tight end are together on some mid zone stuff. But it's been like I've loved it so far. Like I think this offense is great. I've loved every second of it. Kind of having a little bit more responsibility, and at the same time, kind of helping the tackles out a little bit. With the mid zone and with the with the nakeds and with the boots and all that stuff. So, we're not dropping back 60 times and letting them run through our face. But no, it's been great.
Talk a little bit technically about how that changed for you. Also about your footwork, how you move off the ball. How that changed for you.
Yeah. So everything flipped, and trying to retrain my brain to, by getting as many reps as I can, throwing my left hand as much as I can. It's really hard. Like I hold on to this. Oh, I wish I had it. I hold on as little like a little sponge in my right hand just so I have something to think about instead of wanting to throw it, across my body. And it's a big no-no for tackles. But really just, building confidence and throwing my left hand and staying square in my set and kind of keeping all my weight inside, not getting all my weight out on my outside leg. Coach Joe, he told me he's like I'm not gonna let you fail. So it's been great, having him, push me every step of the way. Just try not to let anybody down and do the best I can. Because they trusted me, they put me in this position, and I want to go out there and do the best that I can and show them that I can do it.
Be honest during mini camp about the trepidation of making the switch and being able to play to the level of expectation that you have for yourself and your teammates depend upon you so much. But has that subsided at all?
I don't know if it's necessarily subsided. I think just the negative thoughts have kind of been outweighed by the positive thoughts now. I've been meeting with our team, the sports psychologist, just to try and help it a little bit, because I was in a really rough spot, like mentally. I was really nervous. Like I was like playing the season in my head like over and over again. I'm like, oh, what if it goes this way? What if it goes this way? And I'm like, it's freaking May. I'm like, you gotta calm down, But it's been a lot better, just kind of trusting myself and having confidence in my abilities and knowing the work that I put in is gonna pay off, and coming out here every day, having the best attitude I can, especially having young guys kind of look up to me now. We got these two. We got Silas and Raekwon. Like, they're asking me questions and stuff. It's weird. Silas is freaking older than me, but I'm trying to help those guys out the best I can. Sometimes in the team drills, like it might not look like how I'm saying it, but like I know what I'm talking about. I was like, I'm trying to do it, but just trying to stay as positive as I can. It's helps me mentally quite a bit.
Your openness in talking about seeing the team psychologist.
Yeah.
Having trepidation about trying new things and being afraid to fail isn't something you hear NFL players talking a lot about. How prevalent do you think that is, and can you just kind of take us a little bit more inside of what that's like? Because people don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think we see a huge somebody at the forefront of mental health is Lane Johnson. He's very outgoing about that and very supportive of that. And I think I was very reserved, in talking about how I was feeling. I'm still trying to get better at it. But like I had like and it seems so like minuscule, like, oh, you're just flipping sides, but like I was having like breakdowns about it, and I'm like, I can't sit here with these thoughts, anymore. Just I was just kind of setting myself up for failure. I was just thinking about, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna suck, or I'm not gonna be able to do it like all day long. So being able to talk to Dr. Joe and kind of just get those out of your head, just being able to say them helps tremendously. Just getting them out of your own head. And I'm still trying to get better at talking about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling and stuff. Because I feel like in this sport, it's like, you got to be tough and all that stuff. And so just being able to get things off your chest and, let somebody in that's there to help, and that knows what they're doing. He's a professional at what he does. I'm a professional at what I do. So, like let him do his job pretty much, or let him or her do their job. So it's been very, very beneficial, getting that stuff out of my head.
What have you been able to learn since, like, I don't know how often you see him, but what have you been able to learn that you're comfortable sharing with us kind of about the way you were feeling and how to, I guess, approach this?
Yeah, I think a big thing. I think I might have said it, but like I had a lot of negative self-talk. Like I wasn't very positive towards myself in my own head, and that's like, I feel like a lot of us go through it, where it's so easy to let negative thoughts creep in, and then you have to really like try and work hard and think about doing something positive. Like for me, it's like just an example is like, okay, I can see myself not throwing my left hand or not taking the right set. It's so easy to picture not doing it the wrong way, but then like to do it the right way, to picture it the right way, you got to sit there and like think about it, and just that stuff, and the whole thinking I'm not good enough, like that stuff in my head. It's just, I don't know. It's so much easier to get it out and then trying to turn those negatives into positive, which it's a hard thing to do. It's really hard, but being able to really kind of hype yourself up in your head, be as positive as you can is huge.
I don't know if part of that too is from all the success you had already so quickly in your career, and I mean, the top draft pick, and then you're making the Pro Bowl and All Pro, and yeah. I mean, do you feel like in a way that put pressure on you, like, oh gosh, I've got to try to replicate that on the left side?
100%, yeah, absolutely. Like I thought about that all the time. I was like, okay, well, I was like, if I don't do this, then I'm this. If I don't do this, then I'm a failure. If I don't do this, then I suck. If I don't do this, then I'm not a good football player. All that stuff. And I think obviously having all those things happen to the first 3 years are huge in what I'm thinking about. And I think you said it, being the first rounder, like it's coming out. Like when I first got here for camp, I think I talked about it too. Is like. Then I go up against Shaq and JPP, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, I'm terrible. I'd go back to my apartment. We didn't have to stay in the hotel then. I'd go back to my apartment and just sit there and just think. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I'm like, I'm not cut out for this. So now it's just trying to keep those thoughts out and as much as I can.
To get you back, you're trying to get you right.
Yeah.
Have you thought about how, after this process has kind of, played out, how you'll be able to help the next guy coming up that's dealing with that same thing, a position switch, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to do it now, like, because Silas and Raekwon and Grant and Justin School, like they all flip sides like every week, so they know what they know what I'm going through, and even it's even worse for them because they got to know how to play both. So I'm trying to help them. I was like, okay, like you got to do, I hate it because I'm trying to show them what to do, and then I go out and like I mess it up or something. I'm like, okay, like this is what I'm trying to do, But those guys, they help me out so much. Like School's been great. He's like, if he sees me getting all like riled up or flustered or frustrated, he's like, I see him back there. He's like, take it. He's like, take a deep breath. He's like, you're good. So it's just stuff like that. I think as an offensive line and our tackle group, we're really close. We want the best for each other, and we're just here to help each other. So it's been good.
Whenever you do drills from the left side, then do you feel like you're still in touch with the right side, like you've been doing for the past?
Oh yeah,
years? Yeah,
absolutely. Like sometimes I'll just because I know how I want to do it, and I know how I want to how I used to do it on the right. So I'll sometimes do it in. I don't do it in team, but like when we're doing it in Indy, like I'll do something on the right side or throw my right hand or see where I would want to do it on the right, and be like, okay, and then I go do it two or three times on the left, just so I know how I used to do it, how I want to do it. So, yeah, I definitely do.
Through 8 practices so far, what does the quarterbacks look to you in Mayfield and Trask?
Like the difference between them?
Between them and what you've seen so far?
I think they've both been balling. You know, I think Baker obviously has a certain swag about him. He's kind of had that his entire career, even through college. And Trask is just kind of starting to bloom. You know, every day he's coming out getting better. So it's been great. You know, I've gotten to take a bunch of snaps with both of them. It's been awesome. You know, I think I spent a lot of time with both of them this offseason. But, you know, 8-9 days in, or 8-9 practices in, you know, I think they're both doing great. You know, they really got a grasp on this offense, and you know, they're starting to take command of the huddle a little bit. But it's been awesome. Thanks, guys.